I get the zap and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But there are two or three things that come to mind. Number one, you're seeing Mac go from, let's say, the Cadillac or the Ferrari of offensive coordinators to the Chevette or
Pacer, a Pacer, yes, a Pacer. Or a Gremlin.
Right.
I can agree with that. Yes.
So that's one, and then so that you have that change. Then you have number two. That offensive line as of late has become porous. The change that he's dealing with regard to the guys calling the plays and the actual plays being sent in.
Right.
I mean, it has to be night and day, whereas Zappe doesn't know better.
One, while I totally understand going from a great car to a small car, if you know how to drive a car, sometimes you have to make the car work for you. If it's stalling out, like if there's no running game, I think what's happening, like you say, the offensive line is kind of like loose. It's like you got some bad tires on there, right? And yes, that could tie to maybe Shaq Mason was a lot more important than you think now, right? I've always said that, and this is on the lap of a GM, is if you have a young quarterback and you're not, and forget paying for a whole lot of big weapons. Get a solid offensive line. Get veterans, get rookies, get them in there because it'll do two things. Your running game will continue to be solid and your quarterback will stand up. You won't need superstar receivers to do that. So that is on the general manager. We know his name. How much would I put on this, the coaching staff versus Mac? I would say 70% of what we're seeing right now is on the coaching staff. You put together a game plan, and a game plan is pretty much only a C grade until it's executed. So the game plan, I don't have the worst issue with, is some of the tactical measures and how they're implementing it. Sometimes the person who drives the Ferrari better is the one who knows how to drive the Gremlin. And maybe Mac's situation is he's always been dealing with luxury cars going back to Alabama.